Italy of the Renaissance was largely an urban society. Now, this is a change from a largely agrarian society or a farming society that sprang out of the Dark Ages. So, um, the reason why this is the case is because these people started to connect with cities who connected to other places in the world. And if you wanted to trade with people from other places in the world, the best place to go is an urban center where they may have ports of trade and stuff like that, where people could sell their boats right up in there like they could in Venice. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but they could sell their boats right up into the harbor and be able to trade goods back and forth. And so they had connections with people all over the world if they were in these urban centers. Powerful city-states sprang up. Again, the city-state is a city that controls all the surrounding countryside, both physically and economically, and politically. So these city-states became political and economic and social centers. They also became cultural centers. You guys probably have all heard of Milan and Venice. Why? Because they're still huge cultural centers today, and it came from the Renaissance and the growth that they had in the Renaissance. So, with the movement of people into the cities and people being in more close proximity and having connection with trade, a really secular, good word for you guys. You really probably need to know this word. It's a good SAT word. It's a good word for pretty well everything you're going to need to know. If you're taking the AP test, that's going to be a word you're probably going to want to use. Um, a secular or worldly viewpoint developed in this urban society as increasing wealth created new opportunities for material enjoyment. So, where in the Dark Ages they were probably spending a lot of time at church, they were spending a lot of time away from, away from just having a lot of fun. They didn't have the money to go and have fun. They didn't have the, again, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We're worried about where our food's coming from. So whenever we got done with the food for the day, then we're going to go have a conversation with the priest and go to mass and do all that stuff. They pretty much went to mass like every day. Um, so as they began to become more rich, they began to have more stuff and more ability to go and have fun. And so that's where the secular viewpoint starts to come from. That's going to play a lot of role in politics and all of that type of stuff in the near future.